TV.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Out of the Fog. I'm your host Laurabel, and on today's episode we're going to be shopping locally with two of my favorite people. We're going to be talking with Kerri Neal, who is the owner and operator of Downtown Comics, as well as Alex Stead, who is a local photographer, about capturing memories. So sit back, relax, and maybe get your shopping list and we'll get right to it. Welcome back, everyone. I'm now joined by Kerri Neal, who is the owner of Downtown Comics, and we're going to get into some fun about holiday shopping. Kerri, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm super excited because you own, I think one of the coolest stores in St. John's. So can we tell our folks who are listening and watching a little bit about, how Downtown Comics came to be?
Yeah, absolutely. It was the passion of my father. Okay. He started actually 27 years ago in this little basement next to Fred's.
Okay.
As a teenager, he read a lot of comics and started trading them, and then started selling at flea markets. And he actually went to school to be an accountant, and he was like, I hate this. This is awful. I want to be part of the comic community. Okay. And he totally devoted himself to it, started a business in 97, and we've been going ever since.
So how did you get into it? Because you didn't have to go into the comic community, but what was it for you?
Yeah, my father unfortunately passed away December 2020, and it was close to Christmas, and there was such this outpouring of love for him and for the space he created, and the staff kind of wanted to keep the store going. Christmas can really make or break a retail, especially small business, and I had just finished up a job, and I was like, maybe I'll just help out over the holidays. And I just really fell in love with it. It's so nice seeing, friendly faces come in. I was doing, I have a degree in social sciences, and I was doing a lot of research and writing, which is very solitary. But retail, you get to know especially in comics, a lot of the same people come in every week, so you get to know them. It definitely feels more of a community. And so, I just kind of decided I'll try it out. Okay. And now it's been, 4 years.
And you're not going anywhere?
I'm still going strong.
Wicked.
Yeah, I think we're, doing better than ever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's the holiday season, and people are now checking off their Santa list, their I've got to shop for these kind of people list. So thinking about that, I couldn't think of a better thing other than the joy of reading does not need to just be chapter books. It can involve graphic novels and comics. And I was like, so if people are wandering downtown and be there's someone on my list who's hard to shop for, but I know they love to read, but I want to give them something new, and they found your store, what are some of the things that they could find in Downtown Comics?
Yeah, absolutely. Books are our bread and butter. We have a variety of comics, graphic novels. We have started getting into some prose, fiction and nonfiction. I would say starting off, kids are really getting into comic books right now. I have a stepson, and we were having some trouble getting him to read, and then I introduced him to Captain Underpants and Dogman. Changed his world.
Absolutely.
He's so looking forward to reading now. We have a lot of Dogman, a lot of Babysitters Club. Trying to help encourage kids to get off their screens maybe, and comics I feel there's so much color and they're so vibrant. It's it can be a lot more exciting and engaging for kids and for adults.
Absolutely, because I love a good comic book. I'm not I'm a a manga kind of comic girl, so I know like yours is the place to be for all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have definitely gotten a lot of manga in the past few years and tried to like expand that section. It's such a big area right now, like with One Piece and Demon Slayer. We have a lot of the classics and trying to encourage folks to try new stuff too. We really try to pride ourselves in having a good selection of manga, which definitely I think appeals to kids and adults. I brought a floppy, what is what we call in the industry, like a single issue comic.
Okay.
These like definitely appeal more to people who like Marvel and DC, those like superhero comics. But I wanted to bring one that was like maybe would appeal to other audiences.
Okay.
This one is called Come Find Me, an autumnal offering.
Okay.
And it's by a lot of like women writers doing short stories that are kind of like horror. And I mean, just like the art is next level. I want to give a shout out to Emily Carroll's piece here in the back.
Wow.
It's just such a gorgeous piece of art. It comes in this like nice magazine size. It's a new company distillery and they've just been doing like incredible stuff.
So your store doesn't just carry comics, you also have a wealth of like different kind of games for gamers who are looking to get out of the video game scene and into more of the board game thing. So what is the vibe for the games you carry?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of board games. I remember like when I was a kid, there was like just Hasbro games. There was like 10 of them. Everyone played the same games. Now there is such a wealth of content, a lot of creativity in that space. We have games by like local creators. We have a lot of your classics, Catan, Ticket to Ride, Exploding Kittens, Cards Against Humanity. There are games you can play with like 3-year-olds all the way to like it's really strategic 14-hour campaigns.
Okay.
It's of course a lot of D&D as well. That's
Absolutely.
huge right now. Magic the Gathering.
Like the staples.
Absolutely.
So I know you brought this one called Azul. So what's the vibe of Azul?
Yes, Azul is one of my favorites. This is like a mini version that we have. It's just got these really gorgeous pieces. You're kind of like building like a stained glass window. You kind of get points based on how it's built, and it's so gorgeous. Ages 8 and up, so like pretty easy, but like really fun. Everyone I know like just loves it.
So like the artist and you can be like, yes, I'm an artist, I'm doing this, and then the gamer and you's like, I'm going to win.
I'm going to win.
And this is it.
Yeah.
So instead of the Monopoly take out your family, it's like, look at the art, but I'm still better than you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And mixing it up. It's good to try new stuff and get your brain working on like figuring new rules.
Oh my gosh. So I guess I know what I'm adding to our family game night. Azul, I'm coming for you. So for those who are listening and watching who are like, I don't know if I'm going to find myself at home in the comic community, what would you like to let them know about coming into your store specifically?
Yeah, I think there is this stereotype about comic book stores, like the comic book guy in Simpsons, who is kind of mean.
Yep.
And you know, if you're not a hardcore collector, you know, get out. And definitely that's not the vibe.
Okay.
I've definitely made steps to kind of like feminize the store. We have these like bright pink bookshelves in the back, and trying to like, make it more welcoming, highlight different creators, different content. So like, because I feel like the people who really like superheroes like already feel comfortable in the space. So we absolutely like wanted to feel like a space that celebrates all different perspectives and art. It's we try to bring things that appeal to women, to minorities. We have different sections actually that highlight like queer art, Black art, Indigenous art. So lots of different.
So for those who might be shopping, for individuals who are like you in terms of their life, or someone who's definitely out there watching right now saying, Kerri's on my list and I need to check her off. What are you wanting to see for yourself this holiday season?
Yeah, I have a background in social sciences, so I'm really interested in history, how society works. So one of my favorite books right now is Ducks by Kate Beaton. She is talking about her experiences as someone who like went to school, got a lot of debt, couldn't find a job, And so like many Atlantic Canadians, she's from Cape Breton. She went out to Fort Mac to work out on the oil sands. And so it's about like a kind of slice of life, like what's her experience working out there. Of course, she meets some newfies.
Okay.
And it's, there's like the camaraderie of, living and working in a really desolate place, but also, of course, the hardships, the cold. And it's such like a common experience for especially people in Atlantic Canada, and not something we see a lot of in media. So yeah, I think it's like a really special book. It was actually one of Obama's best books of 2023.
Okay, so then we know it's great.
It's got to be good.
Okay.
I think it was like a rare book that really like captured like a really broad audience. Something like that.
For those watching, if you have a Kerri Neal in your life or someone who reminds you of this awesome individual, Ducks is the book to get, or something similar. So for our viewers now who are like, okay, so I know I need to go to Downtown Comics. I need to check out, if I'm not shopping for someone, let me knock myself off my list and shop for me too, because it's one gift in the basket, one gift in my backpack.
You're already there.
It's already there. So where are we going and how do we find you?
Absolutely. Cool. So I'm at 141 Duckworth Street next to the Marriott Hotel. Do not park in their parking lot. There is on-street parking. And we're open 11 to 7 most days. We'll probably have extended hours over the holidays. But yeah, you'll find us on Google, on Facebook, Instagram. You can find our hours there.
Awesome. So, and if we reach out to you on social media, will we get a response back? What's the vibe that way?
Absolutely. We're super responsive, especially Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Send us an email, phone us up. We're happy to help.
Awesome. And now for all our viewers, if there was any one last thing you wanted them to know either about you, your store, or the comic community, what would it be?
We do have a few cool community events I want to highlight. So every month we have a book club. We meet at Taslo, which is a really cute cafe across the road.
Good food.
Delicious food, and we have a really cool selection of kind of like indie graphic novels that we read, and we also do a monthly games night at Boston Pizza, which is amazing food as well.
Fantastic.
And they offer this really nice happy hour menu, so that's the last Tuesday of the month, and all our information you can find online as well.
Okay, and now the last question. Now brace yourself, okay? This is the hard-hitting. If you had to pick one favorite author, either graphic novel related, or we'll even dip out of the graphic novel world, where would it be for you?
I'm going to say Octavia Butler. I have her book Parable of the Sower here.
Okay.
It's like she's like a sci-fi writer, but she definitely like deals with a lot of social issues. Like she wrote that book in the 90s, and it's kind of this like climate dystopia where there's a president who says we need to take back America, and it's like,
we're not even going to talk about that. We'll let that one just dip out with us.
How did you know? She has really incredible writing, really interesting ideas.
Okay. Well, Kerri, it has been so much fun getting to talk to you. You know you'll be seeing me this season because, once again, book in the basket, book in my backpack. But thank you so much for joining, and I hope the rest of our city and the rest of our viewers get to see the joy in Downtown Comics.
Absolutely. We're happy to see all the friendly faces. I'm excited.
Okay, awesome. And we'll be right back, everyone. And welcome back, everyone. I'm now joined by Alex Stead, who is an amazing photographer who I'm really excited to have with us today. Alex, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Laurabel. It's great to be here.
I'm so glad to finally have you on the blue couch because I've gotten to work with you in so many different ways. I'm just a fan of your work overall. And it's the holiday season, and Oprah gets Oprah's favorite things, so I get Laurabel's favorite things, and you get to be one of my favorite things.
Yeah, you're one of my favorite things too. This is great.
But I want our viewers to get to know a little bit about you and the wonderful thing you do in capturing memories and experiences for people. So how did you and our bestie camera over there become friends?
So it all starts in Birchie Bay.
Okay.
There's a little tiny town. Okay, so this is Newfoundland.
Yeah.
It's right here in the middle.
So is that also responsible for Birch Beer?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't know.
now we know.
But you know, like Fogo Twilling at Morton's Harbor, all around the circle?
Yes.
It's just in the circle.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like target point.
Yeah.
All right.
Little tiny town of about 800 people. That's where I was born and raised. And for my 15th birthday,
Yeah.
I saved up all my money and I bought myself a camera.
Okay.
And from there, I just took pictures all the time. And one amazing thing about being in a small town is that you then become the town's photographer.
Yeah.
At 15 years old.
the joy.
So really, really quickly, I was doing family photos and then even weddings. And then I think about 6 months in or so,
Yeah.
Global News called me.
Okay.
And they couldn't get any photographers. It was a snowstorm.
Yeah.
They needed somebody local to cover this snowstorm. So I grabbed my brother and I grabbed some friends and we had them mimic shoveling snow. And I feel like everything really just took off from there.
Alex, that is such a big deal.
I know, it was so,
Okay.
I didn't have fast enough internet.
Okay.
So I had to drive to Gander to a friend of my mom's who had internet at her house so I could upload the videos and photos.
Okay, so
Because like we had dial-up in this one, right? So it's like,
okay, but your story is even cooler than I originally thought. So I'm so glad that we got to discover this
Yeah.
together here with everyone. So that was, and then Alex Stead Photography was born.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
and
got the
then-
photo bug early.
Totally. I mean, by the time I was 16, I think I had 10 weddings that year. And then as soon as I graduated high school, I just kept going, went to university for a couple years and did this essentially like full-time on the side. And a couple of years into university, had to make the decision, you know, do I want to grow this business or do I want to stay in school? I made the decision to grow my business and eventually went back to school, but I think it worked out pretty well in the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're super cool. If you didn't know,
Thanks.
you're super cool. So for you, what is it about photography that you love?
There's a lot that I love about it. I love meeting people, and I love stories, and I love being a storyteller. I'm a storyteller, but I'm not great with words.
Okay.
So I love that I can tell stories using photographs. So one example I like to give is, you know, think of your favorite memories that you have of, say, your grandparents. You know, maybe it's your grandmother baking bread, or maybe it's your grandfather out chopping wood, or, you know, sitting around the table having family dinner. You can tell these stories, but it's so beautiful to have photographs that are able to tell that story for you of just, even if it's just your hands kneading the dough. Those moments are so special, and you can capture these and then pass them on to future generations and become your family archivist.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite things that I'm able to do for my own family and then for other families as well. I do a lot of weddings, and weddings are so beautiful because they're often, you know, a family reunion, the first time everyone gets together in so long, and you get these really beautiful moments between people, right? So you'll see like the bride's uncle coming up and giving her a big kiss on the cheek, or, you know, the grandmother just like wiping a tear in the corner. And these are the moments that I live for, being able to like wait and watch for these little moments to happen in front of me and then capture them and give to people.
Okay, so I love that, because when I was trying to curate who I wanted to feature in my favorite things episodes for the holiday season, I kept thinking about the gift of giving people memories.
Yeah.
That you don't think about pictures until you need a picture and you're like, I don't have this moment.
Absolutely.
I don't, and even if it's not this exact moment, I don't have a photo of this person that encapsulates all the love that I get from looking at them and the love they show me. And I was like, who else can I feature that helps people capture these moments so that you can think, hey, I can check this off my list because I know somewhere down the line I'm going to be thinking of this individual and there's a photo that exists in this archive.
Absolutely.
And I can pull on it. So I was like, I have to get Alex because Alex helps capture these moments for people.
Oh, thank you so much.
Not just the weddings, but people can book in to see you and be like, hey, Alex, I want to do a family shoot.
Yeah.
Can you come do this
well,
lifestyle
one of my
thing?
favorite things to photograph are extended family sessions. So, I mean, of course, we'll get that picture of everyone looking at the camera and smiling. That's a given. But my favorite thing that we do get is just letting the kids run wild. I call it child-led sessions.
Yeah.
So my favorite is going to Nan and Pop's house and letting the kids run wild in the backyard. So just let the kids take over. They'll pull potatoes out of the garden, they'll go in the greenhouse, they'll turn on the hose, they're running around, and then the grandparents and the kids and all the parents just interact very naturally. Some kids will play badminton or get a game of soccer on the go. And those are the photos that really matter, right? More than that picture of everyone smiling at the camera. It's the, you know, there's this one picture I have of a grandfather holding an onion, and all the little kids are like kind of poking at him and like they're trying to get in the shot. It's one of my favorites ever. It's so fun, and it's just such a sweet moment those kids will have then forever, this picture with their grandfather.
Absolutely. So for you, when you're doing this, because like I've gotten to be in, I guess, on the camera end when you're taking photos and see you with kids and interacting, and like you're fantastic with them, because Theo absolutely adores being any part of anything that you had to do with.
He's so great. I love Theo.
So for you, how have you managed to make it such a comfortable space for the people you work with? Because being photographed by you is honestly, you don't even know that you're there doing the thing until you see the shot after. You're like, oh my gosh, you caught that? So how have you worked to create that space?
I'll say kids don't need any help. Kids know exactly how to be relaxed and be themselves, typically. You just play with them, right? A lot of times I just did a full day of like family sessions the other day, and it's, do you want to pick some flowers? Do you want to throw some blueberries at each other? You know, do you want to just go for a little run or play hide and seek? They have a lot of fun. You can easily get those expressions out of them. Adults, however, you put a camera in their face and they go, ah! It's like, often people will say it's like going to the dentist is getting my picture taken. They're like, it's that painful. So creating a space where you have to build trust, right? And, you know, the people in front of my lens are opening up to me. And that's a really vulnerable moment to be in front of a camera like that. So creating that space where it's like you're safe to be vulnerable and it's okay here. I'm not gonna make you look like anything you're not. I'm not going to share pictures where you look bad. You're gonna look like the best version of yourself in all the photos. And you get to just then relax, and we take some time to, you know, calm our breathing and enjoy the process and make it just a bit more enjoyable than, you know, standing and and, you know, and my job is to make you look good. So I'm not gonna overly pose people, but just a little bit of direction of like, hey, maybe move your shoulder in a little bit, or, you know, maybe just lean down and give the little guy a kiss on the cheek or something.
So not only do you help people capture like those family moments, but you help adults get those like professional LinkedIn headshot situations.
Absolutely, yeah,
too.
yeah. I have a studio on Water Street, and I do lots of headshots there.
Because I was thinking about it, because like a lot of people think holiday season, capture all those family memories and get all those and get that big picture that goes over the mantle where we all look fantastic. But for a lot of people, they're like, how do I give the gift of a young business owner their first headshots, where they feel comfortable and all of that? So that is something, someone can be like, hey, Alex, I have someone in my life who just started their business, and they don't have a picture that represents
Absolutely.
them.
That's actually very recently someone, a new business owner, her sister gifted her a headshot session for her birthday, and that was really sweet. And then the sister was able to connect with me and schedule in when she wants to come in. And
see, so for everyone watching, if you've launched a business or you're thinking of launching your business, Alex. And so for you, as you think of the things you want to help people think, so it's holiday season, people are shopping for this season, but also gifts happen regularly, whether it's birthdays, holidays. I like you and it's a Tuesday. Here's a gift. How are the best ways?
My favorite.
I love a Tuesday present. So how can people get in contact with you to help you capture those moments for them?
So you can find me on Instagram, is where that's my home base. Essentially, that's where I spend most of my time, and it's at Alex Stead, Stead on Instagram. You can also search me up on Facebook, Alex Stead Photography, or my website is alexsteadphotos.com. Yeah.
And so you and I were talking about this thing that you do for people who might have that photo bug itch and not quite sure what to do about it. So what's that?
So I have this course called Learn to Love Your Camera.
Okay.
And the premise is, if you have a camera and it's maybe sitting in a drawer somewhere, or maybe you've tried to watch some YouTube videos and you've gotten overwhelmed, you can come to my studio, and it's a very affordable class, small groups, usually max 6 people. And it's about 3 hours, and I'll teach you all the basics of your fancy camera.
Okay.
So I offer it for both like fancy cameras, so it's like a camera like this, a DSLR.
Yes.
And I also offer iPhone classes.
Okay, see, I was waiting to hear that part, because there are a lot of like Insta models and Insta boyfriends and Insta partners generally who are failing at their Insta game.
Absolutely.
Who could be like, okay.
Yeah, so I offer both the DSLR course and an iPhone course.
Okay.
I typically offer those throughout the winter, usually every couple of weeks or so. And we get once you get 6 or 7 people together, then we'll offer the class. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I got you for one more minute, and I know that sometimes this is the most high pressure part of the interview and the chat, but for those who are watching who are either afraid of the camera, either being in front of it or behind it, or who are unsure about this whole idea of capturing memories and everything, what would you want them to know about you in this process? I know that's a hard one.
That's a hard one. I think just that, like, I get it. I understand. Like, I'm someone who I don't like being in front of the camera. I consider myself a bit awkward, a bit uncomfortable, and because of that, I understand. I know what it's like, and I understand how difficult it can be. But it's not for you. It is for your children, future generations, the people who are coming behind, who want to remember you as you are, not staring at the camera and smiling, but your whole self. Okay. So get in that photo, whether it's with an iPhone or with a photographer, it doesn't matter. Get in the photo at least every now and then.
Alex, I could spend forever chatting with you. I love your energy. I love your vibe. I'm so glad that you took the time out of your day to come chat with me and giving others the opportunity to enjoy all that is Alex Stead, so that they can end up either in front of a camera for you or with you teaching them how to capture those moments. So thank you
so much. It's been a pleasure, Laurabel.
All right. Okay. So I'll see you studio.
Yeah. Headshots.
Okay. Let's do that.
Amazing.
All right. And we'll be right back, everyone.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
I want to thank all of you for tuning in yet again, and I hope you were able to cross a few people off your holiday shopping list. I want to give a very special thank you to my guest, Kerri Neal, for joining me and sharing how the comic community is welcoming to everyone. So if you're looking to lock off a reader off your list, make sure to check out Downtown Comics. And a very special thank you to Alex Stead for showing us the importance in capturing those memories. So if you're looking to capture a few memories or give someone the gift of a memory captured, make sure to check out Alex Stead. And I can't wait to see you all again next time and check more people off your holiday list.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
For me, it all started here.
I do my best work here.
Scores! Oh my goodness! This guy's dangerous from here, here, and here.
We're watching history in the making here.
Are you watching this?
And our fans are up here. I'm here for it. It's all about what's up here and what's in here.
Sportsnet, here for hockey.
Ani, I'm Carolyn King, and I'm a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the creator of the Moccasin Identifier. Philip Cote, an artist in Toronto here, took and redrew real moccasins. We're starting over with the children. The idea is that they would research whose land their school is built on, near, or what treaty area they're in. And the educational kit that we have has all that information in there. And the children just, love it. My dream is that this province will be covered with moccasin identifiers within the next decade, and they will forever know whose land they're on. That's the goal. Educate and awareness with a nice, simple little program called the Moccasin Identifier.